What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Our Streamers Cheaters. Today we are actually going to be giving our take on the clips that we saw in yesterday's video. We posted a video called Warzone Streamers Sus Gameplay, and I gave you guys the opportunity to give your point of view on each and every one of the clips shown in that video. Now it's my turn to give you guys my take on each one of them. If you do enjoy this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at BadBoyBeaman. It's the best place for you guys to contact me about any streamers, no matter how big or small, if you believe they are cheating. Right, let's crack on with the video. Okay, so we're just going to press play on it. We'll watch them in order as they were in yesterday's video, and I'll give you my opinion on what I believe to be sus or not throughout. Let's go. So for me with this clip, I believe that it is a little bit suspicious. The reason for it is the distance the enemies are away from him. And what people didn't realise who were watching it and actually commenting on the video yesterday was that there are two enemies over there. On the minimap, you cannot see them enemies. He bought a UAV at the buy station and didn't use it. But watch the transfer from enemy 1 to enemy 2. It is so precise. It's zoomed right in so you can see it's not the best quality. You see the small snap to the second enemy there. So for me, I would say that that clip is definitely suspicious. And for any of you guys who actually saw Diaz Biffle when he done a face cam reveal at Swag's gaff when he was live on Swag's stream, and if you see him using Swag's controller on Swag's setup and look at the way in which he shoots, in fact, we'll show you that now.
Whoa! No. You're shit. Hey, I need my controller, bro. I need my controller.
Chat, you don't got his crony now. Come on, man.
Yeah, no, I hate when he's frozen Biff.
Sheesh.
Exposed as fuck.
Chat.
I actually need my controller.
Now this is the Aiden clip, and a lot of people were saying it could just be coincidental, and that's right, it could be. It could just be a coincidence. He turns around and shoots what appears to be the floor at that moment. Now, the direction on the minimap to where he was when he shot the floor to shooting that guy then were identical. And that was the only reason I found it to be suspicious, hence why it was zoomed in on the map to show the direction. However, you can see bullets before he actually pushes out to shoot the guy. Trace bullets from the enemy, so we'll give that one a pass. This is the Examza clip. He calls out 64 meters and then stumbles on his words. The big thing with this for me is that, yes, it can appear to seem like he's got wall hacks. We all know that you can't see over 50 meters away unless you've got a heartbeat sensor. That's the only way you can tell a distance, or a UAV. Okay, but you wouldn't be able to specifically call out 64 meters, okay? But what I'm going to try and do here is pause it at the right point so you guys can have an understanding of what actually happened. Now, I know the name Examza is there, but you can still see the compass above. And it says 64, so the direction on the compass is 64. And that's what I believe he meant. Why would he call out 64 meters? Maybe he had wall hacks. And maybe it's just that absolute coincidence that the enemy that he could see with his wall hacks was 64 meters away at the same time that the compass at the top said 64. Okay? What are the chances of that? What are the chances of that happening? So yes, when you first watch this clip and he goes 64 meters and stumbles on his words, it seems very suspicious, yes, but it's not. I think personally, my opinion on this one is that he was calling out the compass direction and realised that he said meters, hence why he stumbled on his words. So again, I don't believe this to be suspicious. A lot of you guys in the comments of the video yesterday were saying that it was sus. And a lot of others, and I mean a lot more others, were actually noticing the compass. And this is why I put the video out there. This isn't a way of me to tarnish people's names whatsoever. This is a way for me to give you guys, my viewers, the opportunity to get involved. And it's reasons like this that I will say that, for me, I've watched Examza for quite some time, and I do believe that he's legit. I've seen him when he's playing on PS4 before he even got a PC. And he was dropping over 40 kills. In fact, I think his record on PS4 was 48 kills. So 64 meters was a stumble of words because he meant the compass direction. Let's go on to the next one. So we've got the clip of Cloaksy here now. He's on a motorbike and he sits on the back seat while he's trying to shoot the truck that's driving across. You can see the vehicle on the minimap, not a problem. It's not like he's spotting people he shouldn't know where they are. The issue with this clip was the glitches. Aim ended up shooting at the floor. Let's watch it now. You see him, he starts shooting his ADS, he gets off the bike. And I personally believe in this situation that it's the animation of the bike getting off it. The bike falls towards him and that pushes him to the left side of the bike, causing his aim to recorrect to the floor. There's no other explanation for that. If it was aimbot snapping, why would it snap to the floor? Got to remember that they've only just incorporated the motorbikes into the game. And as always with Activision and Ravensoft, there's always more and more glitches that come with every update. So maybe we bide our time with this one and we'll see whether or not that actually gets patched or fixed. So I do believe that clip not to be suspicious at all. I do believe that it's just an issue with the animation of the motorbike falling, causing him to move his aim to the floor. Similar situation with the OP marked clip. The reason that this is slightly different is because he's not on a motorbike, he's stood on a roof, but out of nowhere his aim seems to glitch down to the floor or to a wall. Watch it now. So we can tell by the shot here that he hasn't got aimbot, but as he tries to mount, it glitches. You see it there? His reaction, he just starts giggling. I personally think his reaction was a little bit off, almost like he knew he'd messed up. However, what I'm going to say is with this clip, I'm still unsure. The reason I'm unsure with this one is because it could be a similar thing with the motorbike animation. And it looks like he may have tried to mount onto the wall, caused him to glitch like that. However, I will say one thing. Using silent aim, at least the engine owning silent aim, if you are shooting an enemy whilst mounted, once you finish shooting them, you do glitch just like that. That happens 9 times out of 10 when using silent aim. So is it a possibility that this could still be suspicious? Yes. So I won't give my opinion properly on this. I'm going to stay undecided whether or not that OP marked clip was suspicious or not. Now this one is Zlaner, okay, Zlefter, whatever you want to call him. So this is something that I've paid attention to for a very long time now. And the reason I actually started paying attention to Zlaner looking left was because of his accusations part 1 video. Even though he had a camera on his monitor, the amount of times in that video that he decided to look to his left monitor was unnatural and unreal, and there was absolutely no reason for it. I've never seen anybody pull out their heartbeat sensor and look to the left so many times. I've never seen anybody pop a UAV and look that far left so many times. If you are looking at your minimap, it takes a glance. If you are looking at another monitor, you move your head. It's that simple. But this situation, I think, narrows it down quite a lot, because you can see him look to his left with no UAV active, therefore there would be no map knowledge and we can see no enemy on the map. And he seems to pinpoint an enemy perfectly around 100 meters away. Okay. There's a little glance that way, you see no one, no sign of an enemy. He does a look to the left and then all of a sudden there. And let's not mention the fact that he gets a small red ping above the enemy's head twice before actually killing him. So he looks left there, then turns right, and all of a sudden the enemy's perfectly where he aims. Something that wasn't actually pointed out in this clip originally was the map. I didn't zoom in on the map whatsoever. I wanted you guys to try and make your mind up, and a lot of people in the comments would agree that this is suspicious. My opinion on this clip is that it was suspicious. I believe Zlaner looked to his left monitor and then turned right perfectly, and it was just too much of a coincidence for it to be a coincidence. But again, you guys had mixed thoughts in the comments. Of course, we have the fans of Zlaner who come over to my videos on the regular. Even if I put a video up of a rage hacker, they call me a cloud chaser. Even if I put up a video of a streamer who's got 10 followers, they call me a cloud chaser. But there were actually people in the comments who wanted to have a general discussion about this, and them type of people I've got time for all the time. If you want to actually ask questions, fair enough, we can have a chat. Other people who just come in and want to insult, Haven't got time. Okay, so this one is 18x Breezy. I found this one to be highly suspicious. First of all, the guy's got a circle minimap, okay? So we'll point that out straight away. We'll press play on it now. Watch it through. From the position he's in here, he starts to push into the next building. He turns and shoots there.
Oh, he's right here.
But what gets me the most about this is that he goes, oh, he's in here, after he's already shot him. But look where his shots actually originally go to. I had people say in the comments of the first video that it's common that you would check for a camper. Okay, I understand that. You would go in and check for a camper. But watch his aim. He starts shooting down here and it snaps up there. Watch it again in slow motion. He starts shooting to the left and then it snaps up. It snaps up perfectly. There's no one on the minimap to even indicate that there's someone in that direction or in that building or in that room. So for him to shoot in there is fair enough. I understand that you've got to check for campers. If you want to pre-fire that, that's fine. But his aim snaps up. Now you might think that's too high for an enemy. Fair enough. No enemies run around Verdansk who's 7'10". But then when you see the next bit and he pushes straight into the bathroom and you see that the enemy is actually stood on the bath or sink at that height, then you can see the snap if you go back and watch it again. So that for me looks like wall hacks and possibly aimbots as well. So a lot of you guys in the comments agreed with what I've just said, but there were a couple who ummed and ahed and said that it's a possibility that maybe he was just pre-firing for a camper. So that's my point on it. That's my opinion on it. I think this is sus. Let's go and check the next one out now. Okay, so this one is Cross. And I don't believe this to be suspicious. I'm just going to say that straight off from the start. And the reason for that is simple. Is it looks like he's aiming up towards the stairs. He's not aiming at the enemy where the enemy comes out from. He readjusts once the enemy already comes outside. I do think it was just a coincidence. And he did explain himself after it. He was like, that's not sus at all. Anyone who was trying to hide the fact that they were sus or try and hide the fact that they were cheating wouldn't even address it like that.
Oh, he is there. I just wanted to shoot him on the stairs, so I shot the fucking door, and he...
And you can actually see that he does pre-fire the door. He shoots the door as if it's up towards the stairs. He doesn't shoot where the enemy actually is. If Cross had hit them shots through the door first time, I would have sat here and said, yeah, 100% wall hacks. But he didn't. The enemy comes out the other door, and he's still shooting at the door next to where the enemies come out. He doesn't actually adjust until maybe a second after the enemies come out the door. So that for me is legit. I don't believe that to be suspicious. I think it's just a coincidence. I think there was a prior engagement there where he knew the enemy was actually within that building. Maybe he had a UAV up, because it's a very short clip from him jumping down off that building to shooting at that door. It's quite short. He could have had a UAV up, we don't know. But again, guys, these clips have been sent to me by the viewers, by people on Twitter. So that's why I put it out this way, to try and let you guys decide what you think before I gave my opinion. And I do hope you are enjoying this. Let's check the next one now.
These kids gotta be stream sniping and recognize the names.
Okay, so Z Smith, he was in a tournament, and at this point he was up against Nick Cool and Picnic Basket Gaming, who are both Facebook gaming streamers, okay? Now, he called out that these guys were stream sniping. Let me tell you a little something about this, right? Is that for you to understand that the same people are chasing you down numerous times, you would have to know their name. And the only way you can actually know an enemy's name legitimately in the game is if you kill them, or if they're on your team, or if you've got them as a bounty. These are the built-in game methods for you to understand an enemy's name, okay? But if you've got people chasing you down, and it seems like the same people over and over again, you might think, oh, these might be chasing us down. But this guy claimed that these guys were chasing him because they knew the names. So he was accusing them of using wall hacks. However, the only way he would know that it's the same team or the same names is from previous encounters. So if he could see their names, for example, if he was using wall hacks, you would know their names because you can have player names set on your wall hacks. So if he's got player names set on ESP wall hacks, you would understand that it's the same team chasing him. However, at the same time, that could just be him making a call. Maybe these guys are stream sniping us and they can see our names. Just throwing it out there, you know, just spitballing ideas because these guys seem to be chasing him down. So there's two sides to that. But then he runs into this building, lies down by the door. Yes, we all know the doors are wall bangable, but you cannot hear or see that enemy over the noises he's making, over the actual game sounds. You cannot hear the footsteps of that enemy until he's already shot his first bullet. So he lies down by the door, shoots the bullet. Here's how I inspected this clip. I watched it from here. I watched it from the start. And I sat here listening with my mix amp right up, headphones on, and I could not hear footsteps until he'd already started shooting. So I thought maybe he could see the shadow of the enemy through that door. And we played it through. You can't see a shadow. It looks like a shadow once he starts shooting, but it's not. I think it's just because of the bullets hitting through the door.
These kids gotta be stream sniping and recognize the names.
So right there he claims that these kids have got to be stream sniping, they recognise our names. He comes into this building, lies down and starts shooting instantly. Maybe, just maybe he heard the footstep on the other side of that door. Maybe. Or maybe he just pre-fired and hoped that there was someone coming in that way. Who knows? But to me, I'd say I'm on the fence with that one. But again, we had some mixed comments about this one in yesterday's video. So guys, as I've said, I'm on the fence with this one. No decision from me whether it's sus or not. And last but not least, the final clip of Diaz Biffle. Now again, this is the guy who we just watched earlier on in this video where he was at Swag's house on the Swag setup and he couldn't hit a bullet. So let's watch this clip again now.
A bullet. Oh my god.
I'm going to show you why I've pulled it back to this part now. Quite a few of the people in the comments yesterday did spot this. That was a headshot. He got a headshot on that guy who was falling from the sky while he sat on the back of a motorbike, lasering that guy with no recoil. Now, of course, people will say there's no recoil on that gun. Okay, that's fine. But he hit every bullet except for when the tree got in the middle of it all. When he went past the tree, a couple of bullets missed. Let's watch it again. It's the fact that he perfectly turns, starts shooting with the perfect distance between his crosshair and the enemy to account for any bullet drop or enemy movement. So it's just very suspicious from that point. But as he goes past the tree, it causes a couple of bullets to miss. But then after the tree, he perfectly hits every shot again until the enemy's down. However, you won't see whether it's a headshot or not until the enemy's hit the ground. So as soon as he hits the ground, what happens? Headshot. So throughout that whole motion, his aim didn't move. The distance between his crosshair and the enemy remained the same throughout that whole situation. So with that said, no crosshair movements at all. No recoil at all. Whilst on the back of a motorbike and he gets a headshot, that must mean that all of those bullets hit the enemy head. There are just far too many clips piling up against Diaz Biffle lately. In my opinion, he has far too many suspicious moments. Well, there we have it, guys. As you can tell, some things aren't always what they seem. There are little details that you have to look for when you are analysing these things. Of course, there are small things. And of course, legit streamers will make mistakes as well, making the wrong call out. For example, the Examsa situation. He calls out 64 meters, but it's clear that the compass at the top of the screen says 64 at the time of him saying that, which would be the reason why he stumbled on his words as well. That's my opinion on it. And from the comment section from the video yesterday, I can tell that a lot of you guys noticed that as well. And I think it's brilliant that you guys are actually thoroughly analysing the clips when I've put them out like this. This may be something that we do again in the future. If it's something you would like to see again, drop a comment below and let me know. Or if you think it was a bad idea as well, also let me know in the comments below and tell me why you think it's good or bad, the way in which I've done this. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up and why not give it a share. If you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. If you want to support the channel further, hit that blue join button today and become a member of the Triple B fam. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at BadBoyBeaman. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace!